After you win the Champions League, it is imperative you reinvest into the team, and that's what we're going to talk about today. This is going to be a realistic starting 11 first game of next season that I think is going to happen. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Kavkas View. Today's video is an interesting one. Today's video, we are going to break down the starting 11 for this Chelsea team. We're going to look at every single aspect, who should be the goalkeeper, what formation Tuchel's going to go with, and how are we going to retain our Champions League title. But before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. In the comments below, let me know, right? What would your formation be? 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 3-4-3, and you're starting Excel. And I'll make sure I reply to every single one of you, and we'll have a good little debate about why I agree and why I disagree with. But without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so we're gonna start with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is Mendy. Look, there's a lot of rumours going around that we need to go and sign Donnarumma. I don't agree with these rumours. Whilst Donnarumma is on a free agent, his actual agent is Mino Raiola. There is no need to sign this man and actively go out of our way and disrupt the culture in the team. Our culture is really good. I'm actually happy with Kepa's being second choice. Kepa coming in for cup games, him being a decent alternative for Mendy. Mendy's going to go away to AFCON around about January, February. So the likelihood is we'll have to be with Kepa for 6 games. I'm fine to deal with that. I'm not going to lie. The two fullbacks, as long as we move to a 4 at the back, and this is what I think we're going to do. The 4 at the back is going to be simple. It's going to be Ben Chilwell and Reece James. Both of them are very suited to that system. Both of them are very comfortable in possession in that system. And both of them will do a very good job in defensive one-on-one battles. Whilst I don't think Ben Chilwell is absolutely out of this world fantastic, I think he does offer a little bit of solidity and gives us the stability that you will need in everyday Premier League games. It's against the top level where he needs to raise his game. And you know what? So far, he's proven he can. Reece James, he's going to have competition from one and the only Azpilicueta. Personally, I don't believe that that's a bad thing. I think the two of them battling out for that position will be healthy. And Aspi's experience around the team is valuable to keep. But Reece has to start. This guy is one of the world-class players that we're going to have in this team, so he needs to continue his development because he was fantastic this year. I think this is where the problems start to arise. The centre-half position. A lot of you most probably will think the way to go straight away with our default is Rudiger and Thiago Silva. Whilst I agree that Rudiger has been fantastic, I still have my reservations about him in a back four. I wonder what he's going to be like. I wonder whether his concentration will be intact for the big games when he is almost the last line. In a back three, he's not the last line of defense. He's not. He's on that left-hand side. Thiago Silva's the main man. But now it's almost like shared ownership. And with Thiago Silva, can he continue for years and years and years? Because he's 38 years old, guys. At the end of the day, he's going to have to slow down. And this is where I think the default partnership will be Thiago Silva and Rafael Varane. I think Chelsea are going to get involved in the Rafael Varane saga. He is available for £40 million. I think the player is sick and tired of Real Madrid and all the politics that's happening there. And he just wants to change in heart. He's a winner. He's world class, and most importantly, he gives us something we don't have. That explosiveness at the back, and more importantly, composure on the ball, and takes us to the next level in a partnership that him and Rudiger can build for years to come. Thiago won't play every game, so they'll start building their relationship from the outside. I think it's very important that we start considering what kind of base we're going to have in the midfield. For me personally, I am very eager to see Jorginho in the Regista position. I know a lot of people are against it, and I know a lot of people don't like to see Jorginho there, but I think Jorginho's importance cannot be understated. The way he keeps us ticking, the way he can form a back three, the way he dictates the tempo of the game. I think he's an integral piece to this Chelsea puzzle. He will be taking us to the next level. He is the player that needs to be there until we find the heir and apparent to him. Whether Billy Gilmore is the solution, whether Chouameni is going to be purchased to learn under Jorginho, or whether there's going to be a Camavinga coming in to play in the midfield positions. I think Jorginho will be the starting centre defensive midfielder. And a lot of you aren't going to like that, but it's the truth. I think on the right-hand side, it's very, very important that we maintain and we keep N'Golo Kante. Rumours have it N'Golo Kante is going to sign a new deal, and N'Golo Kante will be starting. There will be tight competition from Mateo Kovacic to provide the cover. And the beauty of having Kovacic in the team is between Kovacic, Jorginho and Kante, 2 of them can play, 1 can be rested. All of a sudden, we've got a great midfield duo of experience, technique, athleticism, excluding Jorginho because Donny can't run to save his life. But Jorginho makes up for it in IQ and, more importantly, experience on the pitch. The others, they're just better than him in some shape or form. I always said if you combine the three of them, if you combine Kante, Kova and Jorginho together, you get one of the best centre midfielders we've ever seen in our life. But life ain't that good, do you know what I mean? So for me, the way to go is with Kante on the right hand side of that midfield. This is where I think it's time to take Mason Mount to the next level. Mason Mount on that left hand side. I think Mason Mount is a phenomenal player in behind the striker, but I think Mason Mount can be revolutionary in a midfield role in the number 8. Mason Mount will have all the skill set, all the attributes to dictate game, provide clinical passing and chip in goals from the midfield. He'll be able to take free kicks, he'll be able to take corners, so we still maintain that efficiency level, and more importantly, his energy level is contagious. He can get up and down the pitch, no problem for 90 minutes. He's durable, and one thing I like about Mason Mount, he is a warrior. And when I say a warrior, I don't mean in the most blatant way. I mean, he is one of those, when he gets hurt, it's cool, I'll finish the game, we'll deal with it after. He almost has another gear, like an emergency gear that he can go into to maintain a certain standard. Taking him away from goal, all of a sudden, hides his deficiencies of his finishing, but that can improve with time. Because all of a sudden, the onus is not on him to get goal. The onus will be on him to keep defensive shape, dictate the passing play, and chip in with 1 or 2 every now and then. There will be no longer dependence to get him 10-10, 10 goals, 10 assists. So I think this will be good for his game. I think it's important that we take this natural transition to turn him into a proper number 8. But I want him to keep that number 19 shirt. I think it's important. On the right hand side, and this is where the big signing should come in. For me, this has to be Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho has to be that signing, guys. Jadon Sancho is going to have to compete with Hakim Ziyech. And for me, I think if Jadon comes in, one of Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic will leave. Because there's no way we can have that much competition for 2 spots. But for me, Jadon Sancho elevates us to the next level. Jadon Sancho has creativity, he's a willing runner off the ball in behind, and he chips in with goals and assists on a regular basis. Jadon Sancho, in 3 seasons, has averaged double-figure assists, double-figure goals. This man is phenomenal. He has got everything. Neymar said if he doesn't win 2 Ballon d'Ors at the end of his career, he'll be shocked. And for me, I tend to agree with that. Jadon Sancho has everything in his locker to win the Ballon d'Or. Like, if you think about it realistically, aesthetically, he looks amazing, right? That will get votes. Then his IQ on the ball is phenomenal. He can create, he can score goals, and he can put up numbers. He ticks every category that you have to win as a fan favourite. Whether you like it or not, the Ballon d'Or is a fan award in a way, because it's footballers and coaches voting. And it becomes a popularity contest. So it's basically who's the biggest fanboy. Have you got talent? Yes, they all have talent. But it's never dependent on whether you're actually the best player. So for me, Jadon Sancho is a must-buy player because he will be putting up numbers that will take us to the next level. This next one gave me a lot of problems, you know, because I'm thinking about it and I'm trying to be very logical in the way I'm thinking here. I genuinely believe Christian Pulisic is going to start off as the main player, but I think Callum Hudson-Odoi should be the left wing. Don't get me wrong, I think Christian Pulisic is fantastic, and I actually think he will be the starter, and I've got no issue with that. I think he gives us an urge of directness. He gives us the late run into the box when crosses come in, and he's always on the end of things. Whether his finishing is up to par, his ability to gain chances is definitely there. Utmost fantastic chance getter. He is phenomenal at that. And for me, I think it's a lot to do with his intelligence of run. He almost bends his run last minute, almost to wait a split second. And sometimes it costs him that he's just a bit late. But it works. And for him, he needs to continue doing that, and with time, goals will come. This season that just passed, it wasn't the best for numbers, but the chances were there. Hopefully he gets over his injuries. He will have stern competition from Callum Hudson-Odoi, which I think is very important. I think Callum needs to take the step now. He needs to start playing, and he needs to take Pulisic's spot. Like, it's up to him now to push Pulisic out of this team. They're both roughly the same age. The only difference is one came out the academy and one came for a big transfer fee. But we know Tuchel don't care about that. So It's going to be interesting to see, but I think Pulisic is going to be the star. And up top, it's going to be Kai Havertz, guys. We're not signing Haaland. We're not signing Lukaku. I think we need to get over that. I think there are a lot of rumours coming out that, you know what, Chelsea want him. They don't care how much it's going to cost. They want to go get Haaland. I think not, man. I genuinely don't believe those rumours. I think they're lies. And I think the outlay that we made on Kai Havertz at this moment in time, right? It almost warrants that he's going to play. Kai Havertz paid us back dividends when he scored in that final. Kai Havertz almost reminded the world, hold on, you need to remember I'm the golden boy in this team. Mason's good, but I'm better. And that's what I think he believes in his head. Whether that is the case, we don't know, right? Because, and I'm not going to lie to you, I hope they push each other. I hope both of them think they're the best player in the team and they push each other to be like almost like a Ballack and a Lampard, you know? Two players that push each other to be great. And I think with Kai Havertz, he will be clinical, he will get goals and he will generate chances for us. So for me, it's very important that we start with Kai Havertz at the false nine. He links up play. We've got two wingers that are willing runners in behind, in Pulisic and Sancho, or Hudson-Odoi and Sancho, and all of a sudden everything's creative, everything's nice, everything's good. Like, it just, I don't know, it gives me optimism. And for me, that team can win the Premier League next year. We don't need quantity, we need quality. We need two world-class players, and Sancho and Varane do that. I want to hear your team. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think. Peace out, I'm out. Bye. We don't need quantity, we need quality. We need two world-class players, and Sancho and Varane do that. I want to hear your team. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys think. Peace out, I'm out.